Hello everyone, it's Friday once again, so you know what that means. It's time for another top 10. It's been another great week in the Laravel world. We had the first Laravel Manchester event on Wednesday, which is a really, really good event, great turnout. I can see that one is going to be a really popular event in the future. We've also got LaraconEU next Monday, which I really can't wait for. We're heading out to Amsterdam on Sunday, so if anyone's there and they want to come over and say hello, don't forget to come over to the stand. And talk to us about all things Laravel. Been really looking forward to this event. So yeah, it's great to finally have it here. Without much further ado, let's get into the top 10 for this week. So in first place, we've got this post here by Sebastian, where he talks about the differences he had to go about testing event sourcing applications. It's not the same as testing normally. We know that because obviously, as he alludes to here, it's not like you do an action and test the results. The way event sourcing works is slightly different than normal applications, so it's a really good post to kind of get an understanding from one of the greats on how to go about the testing event sourcing applications. And then next up, we've got a post here by Trajiki. Sorry if I've said that wrong. How many times have we done this in the past? You create a class, starts off small, does a couple of things, and before you know it, it becomes this massive God object with, literally hundreds of lines of code. So in this post, he goes through how to take that God object and break it down into smaller reusable classes, adhering to the single responsibility rule that we have in Solid. So yeah, if you've got one of those classes staring you in the face every time you open your code base, I suggest giving this post a read. Hopefully it'll help you out to break that thing down. Next up, we've got a new Laracast series, Filament 5 in Depth by Kevin McKee. If you're a Filament fan, this is a really good a good series to watch. Filament 5 was recently released. It's got some new features. Obviously, it's just celebrated its 5th birthday. So it's got a brand new branding. I mean, I just wish we'd been using Filament for a lot longer. I know we were late to the game, but we love it at Jam24. We use it whenever we can. So yeah, if you want to learn more about Filament 5, head over to Laracast and check out this series. Next up then, we've got a video here from the Laravel World My Meetup, where Caleb comes on and talks about the Blaze. He demos Blaze. So this is a package he's been talking about now, which helps you speed up your blade components. So when they compile down, it looks really cool. The numbers that he kind of showing in the video and from other blog posts that I've read, there's some big improvements. So it's something that we're looking at right now, and we're going to test it on a project that we're working on and see the kind of improvements that hopefully we can see from using it. Next up then, we've got this post by Frick where he talks about using the Flare CLI and AI to fix production issues all from the command line. I mean, is this the future of development? I don't know, but I mean, it looks pretty cool, and obviously it means that they can fix those production bugs a lot quicker, which is a bonus, right? Next up then, we've got this post by the Laravel team. Funnily enough, this was actually, as it says here, the intro was written by a bot, so it's quite funny. So now with the Laravel Cloud API, the AI agents can deploy. So you might have an application that now you can deploy that with your AI agent. So yeah, it talks through kind of how they went about doing that, and the tools you'd need to be able to do that yourself. So yeah, if you're heavily into AI and you're using agents left, right, and center, and you've been waiting for that final piece in your development lifecycle, here it is. Next up then, we've got a challenge by Brent. Now obviously, if you've read the posts, we've featured them for a couple of weeks now, how he had this huge CSV, and he was looking at how he could import that data as quick as possible. And it was interesting seeing how he, the steps he went through to go from, input in, like, I think it was like 3,000 events a second or something like that, crazy, up to massive numbers. So now he's put the challenge out there for everyone to, clone this repo and put together your example of how to do that. So it's really cool because he's got some prizes. And yeah, if you think you can do it better or you can do it faster, head over. There's a leaderboard and put your effort in. Let's see. Next up, then we've got this post by Delaney, which is about running the Laravel AI SDK in production. It's a new package. Obviously, yeah, you would have seen it mentioned by Taylor and the Laravel team. We've used it now a few times. So yeah, he talks about how you would go about implementing this, the things that you need to think about, such as queuing, request timeouts, all that kind of stuff. So it's a good read as a to kind of get your head around this potential different way of writing code and using this new SDK. So yeah, give that one another check as well. Next up, then we've got this post here by Cepha, which is Modern Laravel Mastery. So this kind of highlights some of the nice Laravel 12 features that we've got, that we should be using, like this nested where feature, which I myself haven't used yet. Things like the improvements to UUIDs and ULIDs since they've been added to the framework. So yeah, there's some really good things here that I personally haven't looked at myself, but I know after giving this a read, I'll definitely start looking at using some of these new features. And then lastly, we've got a post by Marian. Now this is about failed job handling. We know, we do a lot of queues, we run a lot of jobs. When they fail, it's not nice. So Marian kind of talks you through the different stages of failure, and then what I really like about this is he talks about improving these things. So deadlet queues, how to kind of implement that in your Laravel queue system. Changes to the failure routes that you need to do, things like that, and how to make them, how to replay them and stuff. So that's really interesting because we've had it before where we've had projects where jobs have died, and then you kind of try to retry them. They just keep failing. So there's a nice little thing here on how to kind of implement this. And yeah, if you found it interesting and wanted to know about queues and kind of the failure routes and stuff like that, this is another really good post to read. And yeah, so that's it for this week. Hopefully there was something that you liked. Don't forget to head over to the website, so artisanweekly.com, where this list will be and all the previous lists are. And also, if you like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, because it lets me know that people are actually watching these. And hopefully, if you're heading to LaraconEU on Monday, I'm going to get to see you all there. Come over, have a chat, say hello, and who knows, you might be able to grab yourself a bit of swag. Thanks again, and see you next week.